What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I want to give a big congratulations to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce on their engagement. So, like I said, you guys know I am healing from my ankle injury and getting caught up on all of my content. But aside from all of the drama going on, the love and war between Funky and Tamar Braxton, I'm like, let me focus on some good news, right? So, congratulations to Taylor and Travis. We know that he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's the tight end, and he transformed a garden into a love story with his proposal to Taylor Swift. So the news comes after they've been dating for 2 years together. The music icon and the football star have made headlines worldwide since their relationship became public. Kelce purchased the massive diamond ring, which features four prongs and a button back, um, at the Artiflex Fine Jewelry, an online jeweler that claims to craft jewelry with natural stones. That's interesting, right? Because um, I'm just surprised to know that he would purchase her ring through an online jewelry store. I wouldn't even, to be honest, and this is just me, I wouldn't necessarily trust an online, jewelry store just because of, like scamming and all that. Like one would, and maybe I'm a bit traditional in that sense, right? I'm so used to seeing, we were growing up watching TV, people walk into the stores and, talk with the jewelers and just kind of look at the display. But to each his own. So her ring is gorgeous. Um, but the ring is an old mine, brilliant cut, and it's an antique, elongated on an antique elongated cushion. So reactions from the fans and the NFL teams, including the Chiefs, a lot of their celebrity friends have been immediately flooding social media with their congratulations, and they're just saying that um, Meta confirmed that Instagram briefly crashed because of the users. This is the most liked post by from a living legend, which Taylor Swift, and she is, in my opinion, she's a brilliant songwriter. Um, and people comparing her to Beyonce, it's like, it's apples oranges. I think that she markets herself very well. Of course, she writes her own songs, and she's been in the game for quite a while. But I wouldn't say that. What I will say is she is very talented at what she does, and she markets herself to her target audience extremely well. So I'm so glad to see that after all of the songs that we've heard throughout the years with dealing with her her ex boyfriends, we're never ever ever getting back together, and that whole situation with like John Mayer. I'm glad that she's found love with Travis. So this article writes, it says she ended up dating the boy in the football team, and now she's headed for holy matrimony. So it's been a long time coming for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, whose romance had captivated the pop music world for the past 2 years. The news broke in April 2023 after Swift ended her 6-year relationship with actor Joe Alwyn, just as her world tour was picking up steam in the United States. Kelce appeared to have remained single after breaking up with his longtime girlfriend and sports journalist Kayla Nicole in 2022. The Chiefs tight end attended her tour in July 2023 when Swift was performing in Arrowhead Stadium, his team's home turf. Kelce and his brother Jason later discussed his appearance at the concert on their podcast, New Heights, and a clip of it was posted to their TikTok account in July 2023. Kelce did more than drop just a hint that he was interested in Swift. He publicly declared his interest in her to the entire world. This evidence of Swift and Kelce seeing each other for the first time came up in September 24, 2023, when Taylor showed up to Arrowhead Stadium to witness Kelce's win against the Chicago Bears. So I remember that, right? When she showed up, and a lot of people were making a big deal in regards to her supporting, which you want to go and support your boyfriend, right? At that time, and I remember people were just saying that, she was a distraction and that it was going to take away from his performance, but they ended up doing very well. They won the game. And I'm glad to see that, they were able to stick together. Hopefully, they'll be very happy together. I don't think either one of them have children. So I'm hoping that, they can, if they want that, if they choose to, right, start a family together and live, just happily ever after. I mean, I know that they lost the Super Bowl last year to one of my favorite. Well, he's Jalen Hurts. He got married last year too, I think, with the Philadelphia Eagles. So who knows if they'll be back, you know, up again for the Super Bowl? But anything's possible. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hearing new music about her new life as a wife and mother, should they choose to pursue that. But them getting married, and she's turning a new chapter in her life. Travis Kelce, one thing that he did, or I guess that he said on this podcast that really surprised me, he graduated from the University of Cincinnati, and after taking a break, for some years, but he said that he can't read. He actually said, like, he was like, I really can't. And maybe it's because he said he couldn't read well or whatever, but this was after he graduated. And I was just like, wow. And I'm bringing that up only because one, it surprised me, but two, I actually was going to go to the University of Cincinnati, and this is no shade to UC. Shout out to the Bearcats, but I was actually, when you're in high school, you go on the college tours, and I actually went down there to tour the University of Cincinnati. I ended up going to another school, but the point is, I'm just like, wow. I don't know if it's because of his celebrity. I don't know if he was one of the people who just kind of got passed along, but it's really interesting that he was able to gain a college education, and now he still says that he feels like he can't read very well. I mean, that's something that he can hopefully rectify, and he can always improve, right? As long as there's breath in your body, you can always develop new skills and get better at any reading comprehension, syntax, any of those things. Um, Word recognition, pattern recognition, all those things comes with practice. But it just blew my mind that he's like, I can't read, but he still graduated from the University of Cincinnati. Listen, they have enough money; they can both get to the best tutors, the best whatever, even if that's what he chooses to do. He's on the field, at the height of his game. His soon-to-be wife is a billionaire, so I'm sure they'll be fine, even if he's not the strongest reader. But anyway, I'm grateful that they are both, happy, that this is good news in a news cycle that, it's just a whole lot of drama going on. So congratulations again to Travis and Taylor. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.